Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. How you guys doing? Peace, everybody. Trying to find some good lighting here. Sorry, guys. My webcam is coming. It's not here yet. So I'm waiting on my webcam to come in so I can have a. I mean, this one ain't too bad, but you know. Liz, yes, you made it. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. What do you mean my energy seems different, family? Let me know what you mean by that. Peace, everybody. Peace, everybody coming in. How you guys doing? I'm doing good today. Having a good day. Peace to everyone coming in. I am not pressed and stressed. It could just be the camera, family. It could be my camera. You know? So I'm doing well. I'm doing good. I'm feeling great today, feeling good. Brother Yosef always got something to do. I'm always running around taking care of things. But besides that, I feel good, family. I'm not stressed. I'm not pressed. I'm okay, family. Can I expound on the decision to delegate to the right? What do you mean? You want me to go in deeper on that? Well, tonight, family, I'm going to be doing a live stream about books. I'm going to be doing a book live stream and showing you guys some books, some really, really good books that you guys can have that you guys can have so you guys can add to your collection. Some of you guys been around a long time, so I'm gonna have a few that you guys might have seen before, but I'm definitely going to have some that you guys have not seen before. And I like Dolores Cannon. I think I've told you that before, family. But I want to share some books with you guys. All right, just like I promised, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Better late than never. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about some books, family. We're going to talk about some books. All right. I got stuff everywhere on my desk. My setup ain't like it was before. Still got to expand my setup. You know what I mean? So, family, let's talk about some books. Well, first of all, let me say this. Let me get this out the way. All right. It's crazy, family, that, you try to help people and people do things to try to bring you down and be negative. You can't affect Brother Yosef with no negativity, right? But what I mean by that is I'm getting ready to go to bed. I stayed up late last night. 11:30 at night is late for me. I know that's not late for some of y'all. That's late for me, though, right? Peace to everybody coming in. Peace and love to everybody. So late last night while I'm up, this guy named Richard, who I had to block, right, come on and just was very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who is this guy? So he's pretty much putting, capital letters, like he's yelling at me about getting off of Patreon and get my own website, which I have already, New Life Tools, right? And he's telling me to start uploading my videos on my website. And I'm trying to tell him, like, bro, Patreon is a safe place where I can upload videos and I don't have to think about the whole platform as far as like my website being shut down. About a month and a half ago, I had actually had a situation where a hacker tried to get in and they kind of messed with a couple of things in my website. Yeah, I didn't talk about it too much, but that's why I redid my whole website. So what would bother me the most is if I have all my videos up there, right? Have all my videos up there, and all of a sudden they all get erased because a hacker got on my website. So I don't always trust putting all my things on websites. I'm just like that. A lot of big channels that you know of, spiritual channels, channels on homesteading, which I love. I love to watch homesteading videos. They all have a Patreon. It's just the truth, right? And this is what all my stuff is backed up on this right here. This is a 4 terabyte hard drive, right? All my videos. Shout out to Minister Atian. He helped me do this. Brother's always looking out for me, right? And you know, I backed all my videos up. My live streams, everything is all backed up on there, including these videos I'm doing now. So I'm not going to take all my videos and stick them on the website. So he's yelling at me. You want to talk up, you scared to answer questions, brother. What kind of a person are you? You're afraid to answer questions. No, I'm just being smart. I'm not afraid to do anything. If I want to just go off, I will go off, and they will kick me off of YouTube and every single YouTube I do. I'm just being more cautious so I can talk to you guys, right? And you guys are still getting more secret and better information than people on YouTube get. So I had to end up blocking this guy last night. It's like 11:30 last night. He gets on there talking crazy, right? So I go to his messages to see if he's been contacting me before, and nothing but disrespectful comments. Nothing but disrespectful comments. So I typed him back and said, you a troll. Come to find out, he's got me blocked so nobody can type him. So he said all the disrespectful stuff. Then it's a private thing where you can't even message him back. Just like a troll, what trolls do. They get in your comment, say something disrespectful, and then they block you. So you can't respond to them. It's crazy. But I'm looking like, why would you pay somebody $20 just to go on a Patreon and disrespect them? People are crazy, y'all. People are crazy, right? So I feel like you telling me to put all my stuff on one website is a setup, man. I really feel like that. You trying to set me up to where my stuff can just get knocked down. Because anybody can hack you. You can call your cousin, call somebody to come, hey, hack this site for them, right? So I feel like Patreon is a good place. And being that I have all my videos backed up, I can always put them up here. So shout out to my haters. I don't know why you hate Brother Yosef so much. I do know why. You know what I'm saying? All I'm doing is helping people, sharing information, and he hates me for it. He let it be known that he hates me. So I told Patreon, this guy's bothering me, blocked him, and that's what I did. Anybody else that thinks about coming in here and paying $20 just to disrespect me is crazy. I ain't gonna tell y'all everything he said, but talk is cheap. So I don't care. I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna keep giving this information because I don't have to do Patreon if I want to. The Spirit has blessed me, but I really enjoy sharing information. So this is what I'm gonna do, right? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share this information because this is my fun time. That's why I love to do talk spirituality, share information. So let's get to it, right? Enough of talking about the haters and the trolls. I just never thought I'd see one on Patreon before, but here we are. Here we are, right? We'll answer questions later. We're going to get right into it. Like I said, some of y'all are new to Brother Yosef, to my information, and to my Patreon. So I'm going to show a few books that I've showed before, and I'm going to go into explanation of why I like these books, right? So the first book I'm going to show is called The Path of Fire and Light by Swami Rama. This is a very good book. This is a book that was referred by Master Mitchell Gibson. I heard him talk about it maybe back in like 2013. Heard him talk about it, and incredible book. If you're looking for breathing techniques, some of y'all love the breathing techniques, right? Where's Robert Honey Miller? Some of y'all love the breathing techniques, right? If you love breathing techniques, this book has some very advanced yoga practices and breathing techniques that will change your life. I tried the breath of fire, and felt this extreme burst of energy. And I felt my Kundalini starting to rise. I had to stop doing it, right? Incredible book. This is volume 1. And I never bought volume 2 because I didn't feel like I needed it. But this is extremely powerful, family. Right? The practice of pranayama. Right? Very powerful. I recommend this book. If you love meditation and breathing techniques, get this book. All right? Hopefully I got enough room to put all my books there. Now, this is a little bit different from a spiritual book, but if you're looking to start your own business and have a business mindset, this is a book I recommend to everybody. Jack Canfield, The Success Principles. Jack Canfield, The Success Principles. This book is amazing. I read it, and it really changed my mindset on money and business, and I recommend you guys read it. Right? Because I think you guys need it, right? I don't think everybody needs it, but some people need it. You know what? Everybody needs to read this book. Absolutely. Get this book. He's the co-creator of Chicken Soup for the Soul. Incredible book, guys. Jack Canfield. The Success Principles. How to get from where you are to where you want to be. Great book, y'all. I know that's a little bit off spirituality, but I had to throw this one in there, because I really want you guys to succeed and grow, and this is a good book. You gotta have this in your library if you're gonna be an entrepreneur. Now, this is a book, and some people don't even know this exists. Christian Kabbalah, and the reason why I say people don't know it exists because some people think there's one type of Kabbalah, right? Some people think there's one type of Kabbalah. This is Christian Kabbalah. So this is Kabbalah approach from a Christian perspective. And it's very, very interesting. So you want to get into a deeper version of Gnosticism, you can get into this Christian Kabbalah. Very powerful, family. Christian Kabbalah. Ernest Benz is the author. Great. It will change your whole mindset. Very good. So it has a little bit of a Jewish Kabbalah in there, but it's based on Christianity. Very good, family. I recommend you guys get that. The world famous book I'm about to show y'all. Everybody should have this book. If you don't, you're tripping, because it's another book that you have to have. The Kabbalion, The Three Initiates. A must have. I probably got like 8 copies of this book, just all around, because I kept losing them and then I find them. But this is a book that I always notice, that I always pick up again, I always read. And if you want to learn about Thoth, more about Thoth and understanding Thoth, and there's a few. If you want to understand energy and how the universe works, I recommend the Kabbalion, right? The Three Initiates, very powerful. Like I said, I got like 8 copies of it because I keep losing it. And this is a book I find myself reading a lot. I've been in Texas probably 3 months now, and I've already read most of this book again. Very good book, family. Now, as a person who practices magic, you always want to have something that you can go to for reference, and some type of magical dictionary, right? So this is a pretty good one. You guys should get this one. The Watkins Dictionary of Magic. The Watkins Dictionary of Magic by Neville Dury. All right. This is a pretty good one. It explains a lot. And what I like about this one, family, it goes more into depth. Even gives you pictures of certain things that you're looking up. It goes more into depth about, what you're trying to research. It gives you a good understanding. You know what I'm saying? The Watkins Dictionary of Magic. So yes, peace to everybody. Peace to everybody coming in, and peace to everybody that's going to watch this in the future. But yes, this is a good one, family. Don't sleep on that one. This book really helped me increase my psychic abilities. And it helped me really understand what I was doing with my psychic abilities. I use multiple things to increase my psychic abilities, right? But this family, I think I've shown this in on YouTube. Some of you guys probably don't remember, but this is a very good book. This is a must-have if you're a magician, if you're uh, uh, into spirituality. Yes, peace to everybody coming in. Peace. This is a great book that you just have to have, family. Had this book for years. It's called Psychic Perception, the Magic Extrasensory Power. The Magic of Extrasensory Power. All right. Joseph Murphy. If I'm not mistaken, he's also the guy that deals with the subconscious mind. I think that's the same author. Psychic Perception, the Magic of Extrasensory Power. Right. Speaking of that, family, I'm going to be doing more practices, spiritual. I'm going to be showing you guys some of the stuff I do secretly. More spiritual practices. I've been giving you guys information. I want to start giving you guys more practices on this video, on this Patreon. Right. So that's what I kind of want to go into next. Some of the small techniques I do, some of the big techniques I do, some of these things are going to be in my book that I'm writing. But it's time to go to the next level on Patreon to give you guys some actual practices you can do, you know, to increase your, if you're on the right-hand path, I can show you some things. That's all I'm saying, right? But this is a book you have to have. I think that this book has a lot of mystery school stuff in it. And that's what I'm always looking for. I'm always looking for mystery school information. Some people are in mystery schools and they actually teach certain levels of it, but you got to know who to look at. Joseph Murphy is one of those people, if you ask me. All right. Great book, family. I recommend that. Now, this is a book one time y'all happened to see by accident, but I ended up showing it. It gives you a good idea of what high magic is. You know, and this is a pretty good book. It's called The Secrets of High Magic. The Secrets of High Magic. You know, high magic is simply magic. You can do high magic as an individual, but it should be done with multiple people. And this definitely has some very good information in it. The Secrets of High Magic, family. Here's the author, Francis Melville. But you can't miss that cover right there. The Secrets of High Magic. Definitely a good one. Some of these books, y'all, are still in crates, like around my house. So I haven't even put it. I'm still buying bookshelves to put my stuff away in. This is a classic. A lot of people have this book already, but I'm still going to show you guys because I think you guys should have it. So every book I'm showing on here, I think you guys should have it, right? The Art of Hoodoo Candle Magic. The Art of Hoodoo Candle Magic. My teacher, Imam, had this book, and he gave a guy a spell in here using, I forgot what Psalms he used. I think the 23rd Psalms and a black candle. The guy did the spell, and he beat his court case. Right? He beat his court case. And I'll never forget, he told me he got that spell out of this book here. But this is a pretty good book, The Art of Hoodoo Candle Magic. There's more advanced candle magic books out there. I have another one I couldn't find, but this is a good one, family. You can't go wrong on this one. If you want to learn about candle magic, this is a good one if you're just starting out. All right. And that is by Catherine Yornwold. I have a few books by her. Right, but here's the author. Right. You can't go wrong with this, family. It's about candle magic. It teaches you about the colors and everything. All right. Another one of my favorite books that really, really opened my mind. And about what magic really was and how to perform magic and how to use my mind for magic. This is a classic book. And if you don't have it, please find this book. Please. The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power. A good book, family. The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power. Very good book, family. Very good book. I might have put this one up before, but you got to get this one, right? You got to get this book. Here's a area here. An act of genuine compassion. An act of genuine compassion goes into what compassion is, dealing with the cosmic energy. This is a great book, y'all. Vernon Howard is the author. Vernon Howard. I think this also has some mystery school information. Very powerful. The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power. You can't go wrong with that. Now, somebody just asked me about, Jay Mood just asked me about this book here I put up the other night. The Initial's Guide to the Path of the Dragon. For everyone that didn't see it, this is a pretty good book. A lot of the things in here I already know, right? But if you want to know more about dragon magic and what areas of culture and traditions it stretches into, this book doesn't really have a lot of spells in it. It has more of an understanding of dragon magic. And if you look at the pictures in here and you get a good understanding of what dragon magic is, there they got something called the primal, invoking the primal dragon as a peacock angel. You know, the steps of dragon magic, right? The steps of dragon magic, right? It's got some pretty good stuff in here. I thought you guys would enjoy it. I had it for a while, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So I think you should buy it. I think it's worth it. That's a book. A lot of books I got that I bought over the years, for me that I'm not going to show because I'm like, that book was okay. But this book is a worthy mention. The Path to Dragon Magic. It's going to give you a lot of history on dragons and what you think dragons are and what you don't know dragons are. That's why we're going to get into the Phoenix video next. All right, I'm going to put that on YouTube, though. Promise YouTubers I will do that for many years, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do it. And let me mention this book, too. I'll keep this close. This is the Zohar, Zohar Volume 6. You already know what that's about, right? So every day, if you can, or at least once a week, you should scan it. And this is what I mean by scanning. You're literally going to look at the pages. You're going to go right to left. You're not going to read left to right like we do in English. You're going to read right to left. And you're going to scan each page. And you may not get through the whole book. Just scan as many pages as you want. All right? And that's all you got to do. All right? The Zohar, Volume 6. All right? It's a good one. Don't sleep. Y'all know what this is. I showed this book. This is the book I put up that probably went up the most that I ever put up. This book was $30,000 on Amazon at one point. Right? $30,000 on Amazon. And some of y'all got this book. Y'all found it. Some of y'all can't find this book. This is one of the most amazing books I ever had. It is a must-have. Right? Somebody said it's worth $40K on Amazon right now. Sheesh. This is a must-have on Amazon. I mean, in your library, right? I know people that found it downloadable. One person found it on a PDF that they couldn't download, so they copy and pasted the whole book. I was rolling when I heard that. Right? So yes. And believe it or not, this is actually signed. I don't know why the author signed it, but this is a signed copy. I'm probably never going to sell this. I could have swore I had 2 copies of this, but I can't find other. But who knows? I may find it. So yes, sign language of the soul, y'all. I'm going to give y'all some techniques out of this book soon, too, that I used. See, once you learn the basis of magic, you can use certain principles, put them together, and work your magic, evolve, right? Another worthy mention, this is the first book I bought on protection magic. When I first wanted to learn about protection magic around 2009, this is the first book I bought, and I still have it, and I still love it. A lot of things I evolved past, but if you're just starting out in magic and you want to learn how to protect yourself, this has a lot of good information in here. Okay? A lot of good information in here. that you can use, right? Protection, Reversal Magic, A Witch's Defense Manual by Jason Miller. Um, this is very powerful, family. Good book. I recommend this book. I still use spells out of here sometimes. I recommend it. All right, don't sleep on that. We're gonna keep going to some other stuff. The Human Aura. This book really explained the aura for me. It really gave me a deeper problem, a deeper idea on the aura, right? It even broke down something in this book called the inner aura. The inner aura. The inner aura. If you can shift your weight into your aura, you will lift off the ground. That's what they say. If you want to understand that deeper, this is a book you got to have. The Human Aura by Walter Kilner. Walter J. Kilner. The Human Aura. Very good book. I recommend it, family. I recommend it. All right. Talks about how your aura gets disease inside of it, how disease starts in your aura first, and then very good book. Just get it. All right. Yes, a prayer could be a form of magic. Absolutely. Absolutely, family. Signs of Psychic and Spiritual Ability. This is by Dr. Mitchell Gibson. I bought this book a long time ago. Signs of Psychic and Spiritual Ability. I mean, excellent book. Excellent book. You know, when I first started following him, I bought this book. I didn't really understand it at first, and I didn't understand astrology. But this is a book I came back to, and I realized how deep it was later. The next revolution in astrology. So, Signs of Psychic and Spiritual Ability. He shows you how to actually map out spiritual abilities in your chart. He talks about Edgar Casey in here as well. All right. So yeah, I recommend this one, family. Another good one. I think that one is like $20. This book here is a book I found again, and I'm so glad I found it because I lost it, and I wanted to read it again. It's one of my favorite books of all time. You know, every book ain't spiritual, but it teaches you how to. Any book that teaches me how to use this better, I need it in my life. Right? Thick Face, Black Heart. Thick Face, Black Heart. I first heard about this book from what's the brother's name? I can't remember his name. I can't think of his name. He used to be a follower of Master Gibson as well back in the day. Something Magus, Richard Magus or something like that. I can't remember his name. But this, you know, he put it up one day years ago, and I bought it, and this book changed my life. The Warrior's Philosophy for Conquering the Challenges of Business and Life. So a book teaches you how to have a thick face and a black heart. It doesn't mean what you think either. So don't think it's something negative. Incredible book. Here's the author. A must buy. A must buy, family. UFOs and Aliens. A simple guide to main alien races on the Earth and how to contact them. Right? This was actually written by a guy from. He had a YouTube channel, I guess, and I must have bought it so long ago. I don't remember when I bought it. But you guys can check it out. It's got some pretty interesting information on some beings in here, right? He goes into information on the different beings in here. Here's a thing on Chinese dragons, right? So yeah, dang, third book's covered up the person's name. Alan Frederick. Here's the author. Good book, family. Pretty good book. UFOs and Aliens. All right. I'm not even going to talk a lot about this book. I'm going to let you guys figure it out once you get it. The universe is a green dragon. The Universe is a Green Dragon by Brian Swimmy. The Universe is a Green Dragon, family. Interesting name, right? Also, in case anyone missed it, I gave these books out. The Silver Elves, right? And Fairy, Fae, and Other Kin Tribes, the Silver Elves, right? I gave those books out a while ago as well. Other Tongues of the Flesh, a must-have. George Hunt Williamson. I first bought this book from Brother Bobby Hemmett, talked about this book, and I bought it and read it, and it blew my mind. Good information. I can't believe somebody that long ago was writing about the stuff he's writing about in here. Talked about a whole solar language in here. All right. Good stuff. I don't know why I got that book in there. Y'all guys can pick this up. Another book by Bobby, but not by him, but he talked about the soulless ones, the cloning of a counterfeit race, counterfeit creation. Mark L. Prophet. I think I might have read this book twice, maybe. Sigil Magic. For you guys just getting into this, Sigil Magic. This is the must-have book. This is the first book that taught me Sigil Magic, right? Farter UD. Practical Sigil Magic. A must-have, family. All right? What's the best one for people beginning their spiritual journey? Well, people begin their spiritual journey in different ways. So the first book I usually point people towards is Spiritual Growth by Sanaya Roman, because it saved my life, literally. Because some people become spiritual, but they don't get their energy right. So a lot of people like that. They get spiritual, but their energy is not right. That's not always good, family. Just had to mention this book because it's a classic. They Came Before Columbus, Ivan Van Sertima. I saw it. I said, why not? Why not? You know, I mean, this book had me getting the sticky notes, putting in. This is a pretty good book. A classic book, They Came Before Columbus by Ivan Van Sertima. You know, I got the ISIS papers around here somewhere. I just saw it. I thought I lost the ISIS papers. I just found it. The War of Gods and Men, Zachariah Stitchin. Right? Startling documentary evidence of the extraterrestrial warlords who destroyed ancient civilization. Book 3 from the Earth Chronicles. Zachariah Stitchin. Right? Goes into I'm not going to tell y'all, but it's a pretty good book. I think you should get it. All right. I open right up to this area that says, sending EA to Earth for gold implies, I'm not going to say it. If you want to know more about Anunnaki and some of the Anunnaki stuff and some other stuff, it's a pretty good book. Zachariah Stitchin. I know Dr. Phil last night, I was watching some of the stuff he talked about last night. He said something so true. You can't get it all from the books. You know, you can't get it all from the books, family. Right. So, by the way, I think I got like 7 days left on my suspension on New Life Tools. So it's going to be a lot of videos over there taken down just to try to save that channel. But, you know, they shut it down. I almost got 1,000 here. So shout out to everybody, you know, that's looking out for Brother Yosef over here. But yeah, it's a pretty good book, family. Now, this is a book I just got. And it's pretty good, right? It's not pretty good, it's very good. Because I know stuff to a certain extent, and Master Gibson just took it to a whole nother level. But I recommend you guys get it if you can afford it. It's about $400, $3.99 on his website. The Secrets of the Spiritual World. Michael Estajanti, which is pretty much Master Gibson. The Secrets of the Spiritual World. Very good book. Very good book. I'm not going to open it and show nothing because I don't show the master stuff on here, but this is a book I recommend. You know, taught me a lot of things as well. Right? Of course, as always, right? So yes, good book, family. I recommend that one. Another one of my favorites, right? Another one of my favorites. I mean, that I just went into in so many ways. I'm trying to find a certain. But the book is called The Black Sun. The alchemy of and art of darkness. The Black Sun. One of my favorite books of all time. I love this book. I mean, I just got it all highlighted and everything in this book. You know what I'm saying? Just an incredible book, family. Right? They talked about Carl Jung, talking about an image that he drew or wrote called Soul Nigger or Soul Niger. You know, of course, that caught my caught me when I heard that. So I'm not gonna say what it is. This is one of my favorite books of all time, family. Definitely an alchemical book, and I recommend everybody get it. The Black Sun, really good book, family. One of my favorites. I just sit in my garage job years ago and read that book like over and over and over. Another one of my favorite books. Almost joined this order. Right, I was invited to join. I almost joined. The Heart of Sufism. The Ayanati Khan. This is the Ayanati order of Sufism. They have an actual order, Sufism order. They're actually open, very open, and they're all around America. They even had one in my small city of that I used to live at in upstate New York, and I was almost going to join them, but I just didn't. It didn't happen. But The Heart of Sufism is a very good book. You know, I know his son runs it right now, but yeah, taught me a lot of things about Sufism and what I thought it was, and explained to me what it really is. The Heart of Sufism. All right. I know y'all y'all about to tear Amazon up tonight, right? Somebody said you came through at the right time, bro. Joseph, it's on Amazon Prime too. Okay, I'm not sure what book you talking about, family, but I'm glad you got it, whatever it is. Another good book if you're learning about runes, which is my favorite form of divination. Right, I actually was thinking about opening up, you know, readings and stuff like that again. But if you want to learn about runes, this is probably one of the best books I've ever seen. I mean, it literally shows you the rune, explain what each rune is. You know, got one of my favorite symbols in the whole world in here. You know what I'm saying? The Helm of All. Explains what it is. Right? I mean, and it gives you stuff you can print out in the back, different rooms. Very good book, family. Brittany Nightshade wrote the book, Norse Runes Handbook. All right, the Norse Runes Handbook. This is a good one, family. I recommend you guys get that one. Right, Norse Runes Handbook. All right, very good one. Don't sleep on it. Now, this is interesting because this is a book. I didn't read this whole book, I'll be honest, but I read it because I'm attached to it in some kind of way. Gary Davis, the country is my country is the world. And if y'all know who Gary Davis is the guy who started the organization, the World Government Organization, which I got my world passport from. Right? So I do have a world passport, right? In my tribal name, right? Nawadiawi, right? Got my Got my world passport, right? And when you get it, they even give you like a ID, right? ID with a. So this is where you can identify yourself as a world citizen. So you can go to worldserviceauthority.com and actually get you a world passport, right? Just remember, if you get one, to put it in uppercase, lowercase, because you want to present yourself as a living person. But if you want to get this book, actually, they give you the book when you get the world passport. My country is the world, and he's the guy who actually used his world passport to cross over into Canada. That video is still on YouTube. It's a really old video. I think it happened like in the 90s. But this is a very good passport. I know people that open bank accounts, and a lot of things happen that people are able to do with this passport. And I still use mine to this day. So just a honorable mention. Just wanted to mention that. Shout out to the worldserviceauthority.org. The Power of Kabbalah. One of my top 5 favorite books of all time. Here's the author. Yushanda Berg, right? And it says this book contains the secrets of the universe and its meaning of our life. Yes, this book is incredible. Taught me a lot about the Kabbalah, and I recommend you guys get this book without a shadow of a doubt. This is a great book, family. The Power of the Kabbalah. Please get this book. Out of all the books I showed, please get this book. When I put it up on, I think right before I moved to Texas, I put it up. Maybe back in like April or May. I put this book up on Patreon. Some of you guys probably don't remember it, but yes, incredible book, family. You got to get it. All right. The Power of the Kabbalah. Really will break that down for you if you have trouble remembering that. All right. Another good book that will teach you a lot about the Yoruba system, the Handbook of Yoruba and Religious Concepts. Right. Here's the author. Baba Ifa Karadi. Baba Ifa Karadi. Right. This is a really good book, family. If you want to know more about the Orisha and the Yoruba system, you got to get this book. It taught me a lot about it. I'll be honest, y'all. There ain't a lot of good, in my opinion, I don't find a lot of good books these days, like I did back in the early 2000s. I was finding mind-blowing books, right? But this one shocked me. This is a very good book, family. If you want to know more about the Orisha, maybe your spiritual parents in Orisha, you want to know about the system of Yoruba, this is a book you got to get. I promise you. Promise you, family. I mean, here you go. You got Oshun, Ogun. They go into the different spirits and gods in there, and really break it down to help you understand what it means and the energy centers of where these beings are in your body. They go into yoga practice. I mean, this book is a banger, man. You got to get it. The Handbook of Yoruba, Religious Concepts. Get it. A must-have, family. Must-have. Okay, it's Prime Day. Brother Yosef may have to go on, I may have to go in there and grab me a couple things. I didn't know it was Prime Day. All right. One of my favorite books, top 5 again, the Rig Veda. And one of the reasons is it talks about my spiritual father a lot in this book. And I love the stories and the prayers and stuff in this book. Very, very good book. I just love it, right? Got a whole chapter here on the solar gods, right? The solar gods, right? taught me a lot about my spiritual father and other deities, right? So yeah, one of my top 5 favorite, the Rig Veda, um, is a must-have, family, in my opinion. In my opinion, some of the stuff in here can also be seen as a song. You can sing some of the stuff in here. Another one, family. A book that I'm always talking about, and I'm gonna show it again because it's right on my desk. The Secret Teaching of All Ages, Manly P. Hall. If you ain't got this book, you're tripping. I don't know what else to say. it's a must-have. It's funny because I was on Brother Rich's show maybe last month, maybe the month before that. So I would say maybe in August. Somebody asked a question about Japan and the magical side of Japan, the occult side of they literally said the occult side of Japan. And I just happened to have a book that I had for a while next to me called Occult Japan. Occult Japan. This is a good one, family. Shinto, shamanism, and the way of the gods. For those who came to the lecture in Atlanta this year, y'all noticed I was getting deep into that Shintoism, right? I was breaking that down. I didn't really go deep into it, but I talked about it, right? And met a brother who deals with the Shintoism. Me and him talk sometimes. He's actually initiated into all that stuff. He's telling me some things about it. Very powerful. Good book, family. Occult Japan, right? Occult Japan. The Nag Hammadi, right? Scriptures. Yeah, we still go into all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Nag Hammadi scriptures, right? I still read all the stuff. And this is the stuff around my desk because this stuff I've been reading a lot lately, right? That's what I do, right? That's one of the things I do for a living. One of the things I do for a living is I study so I can come back and give y'all information, right? But yes, the Nag Hammadi scriptures, right? Another good book, family. And I'll answer some questions after this. Eastern Philosophy. This is a book that's going to really teach you a lot. I recommend you guys getting this book. From Buddhism to Islam, Confucianism, this is a good book. All right. It's written by Kevin Burns. Right? You just can't be magical all the time. Sometimes you gotta lower it down a little bit, and you gotta, you gotta, you gotta put your mind on something different. And this is a good one, Eastern Philosophy, family. So when you do magical things, it makes more sense, right? It makes so much more sense, right? So let me answer some questions real quick, family. I know y'all got questions. Did y'all like the books I put out? Bro, do you have a book specifically on mantras and prayers? Yes, the book I gave out on YouTube actually. What was I talking about? No, that wasn't a mantra book. That was a mudra book. What's a good book on mantras and prayers? Rig Veda is one of them. That's a hard question to answer because it depends on what culture you're talking about. It's spread out, family. I do have one specific book on mantras and prayers, but I can't find that book yet. I can't find that book yet, family. So ask me that question again. All right. Let's see here. Do you have any good books on shamanism, on working with your animal spirit? You know what? I just might have it. Hold on. All right, family. So this is a pretty good one. I have some DJ Conway stuff, but I don't really get into it too much because she's more for beginners, if you ask me. But there's nothing wrong with that. If you just learned about magic, you know it's important. But she has a book on animal magic by DJ Conway. And unleash the powers of your favorite animal. And I read the book and I was like, yo, I like what she's saying here. I like a lot what she's saying. Her dragon book, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good book. But I really like her animal book, Animal Magic. And I just happened to see it over there in my crate over there in my bin. So the art of recognizing and working with familiars. So I recommend this book, family. While I was over there, I grabbed this one too. This is a book I've never fully read. This whole book is just too long, like 500 pages, almost 500 pages, 400 or something pages. And but I got enough out of it. But if you're interested in just reading history, once again, Brother Bobby, Alvin Boyd Kuhn, I heard him say it one time. He said, there's a book called Who is This King of Glory? And I dare any Christian to mess with this book. The history of the first Council of Nicaea. Right? And of course, that's Horus on the front as a man and as a bird. Who is this King of Glory? By Alvin Boyd Kuhn, who Bobby was saying that is a student of the guy that wrote Egypt Light of the World. Egypt Light of the World by Gerald something. Gerald Massey, I believe his name is. Gerald Massey. Shout out to my sis. She actually sent me this book that actually shocked me. It was better than I thought. You know, I'm very open-minded to everything, right? But it talks a lot about how a lot of things that we deem to be across seas, like Jerusalem and Egypt and different things like that, were actually in America first. When Rocks Cry Out by Horace Butler. When Rocks Cry Out. This book was actually pretty good. Right? Pretty good book. I can't lie. When Rocks Cry Out. And it's a pretty good book, y'all. Really made me think and do some deeper research. All right. So if y'all want to check that out, y'all can. And just because we on live stream, just because we're on live stream, it's really in my mudra class, but I'm gonna show y'all this kanji, a spiritual path. This is the mudra big dog right here. I never really put this book up because it's for my class, but because we're on live stream, I'm gonna do y'all a favor. This is a pretty good book. I explain it better in my class, my mudra class. But kanji, right? Since we was talking about occult Japan and the ninjutsu and all that stuff, this is what it goes into, right? So very powerful book, family, right? Somebody just asked me a question. Somebody said, can you show a book on solar practices? Well, I'm going to show y'all the best book on solar practices. I'm not going to show y'all what's in it, but I'm going to recommend it to y'all. It's about $400. Divine Solar Magic. This book will definitely make you make the sun blink. Divine Solar Magic is a very good book. I pretty much have every solar book he has. I recommend this book, family. It's probably one of the best solar books out there. Divine Solar Magic. Okay. I keep them books in a safe. I got certain books I keep in a safe. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, family, let me see. Does that go deep into the 9 seals? Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does. Right? Somebody say, I'm getting that Kunji book. Yeah. I'm on the middle path. Seeing you move to the right confused me. Can you go deeper? Okay, what you want me? I can go deeper. What do you want me to go deeper on, family? I think we talked about that before. I talked about how It's all based on my nature. Sometimes when you grow spiritually, things change. Your thoughts change, your mind changes, your surroundings change, and you start to realize things about yourself you haven't realized before. And one thing about Brother Yosef, and sometimes I say Brother Yosef to get away from my ego. So people say, why are you always talking third person? Or you say, yo, Brother Yosef. I'm trying to get away from my ego, right? I don't want to say me sometimes. I want to say Brother Yosef, but that represents my higher self, right? So one thing about me or Brother Yosef is that I realize I like to be of service, right? That's one thing I realized about myself the more I grew. I actually like to be in service to the Creator, right? And I went back to when I was a Christian in church and I was a junior deacon, right? And I loved to be in the junior deacon and being in service to the pastor, right? I love helping people. I love making sure everybody okay. You know what I'm saying? My nieces and nephews come over and to my house. It's good to have them around now. I buy food for everybody when they come over. I like to make sure everybody eat. You know what I'm saying? Not to say my niece and nephew's not eating or nothing like that, but when you come to Uncle JoJo house, you good. That's the mindset I have. I like to make sure everybody's straight, right? So that's why I like to share information. If I'm gonna get out of here and never come back to this earth, I want to make sure y'all can do the same. But it's up to y'all to do the work, or to buy the books, or to get into the information, right? So I've noticed that there are some things about the middle path that I had to pull away from to become more who I was. So that's why I kind of left the middle path. And yes, I did work the middle path for a long time, and I did see that, it really, really there's no left or right path. That's the truth, right? So let me be clear on this, right? There really is no left and right path. Hold on a second. Hold on. But we live in the third dimension. And in the third dimension, you have duality, whether you like it or not. So down here, to a certain extent, you're going to have, you only have a nature. You either a good person or you're a bad person, right? Either you're going to help people or you're not going to help people. That's just how the world works, right? When you walk to the edge of a street, you're going to make a left-hand turn and a right-hand turn. So at the end of the day, I choose. My consciousness came to a point where it said, I choose to be on the side of the light. Now, the left-hand path and the right-hand path are both light, but I chose the right-hand path all the way. And I'm not ashamed to say that. That's something I came across. Now, one time, Brother Yosef was straight left-hand path. You see how I had to grow through the ages and through different stages? I was left-hand path. I was right-hand path first, right-hand path. And then I was curious about the left-hand path. I went over there for a couple of years. Then I came back to the middle. And I stayed in the middle probably the longest. And then I just started to sway. I started having dreams and talking to entities and talking to my ancestors. And everything started saying, you know who you really are. I like to be in service. And if I'm going to be in service to anybody, I'd rather it be the Creator. I can't deny who I am. That's really what I'm saying, family. I'm a worker. I deal with the light. I can't deny who I am. So I decided to start walking that path more in depth. And yes, it challenges me because some things in the middle path I did and I didn't see as the problem. But on the right-hand path, there's certain things I had to stop. And it challenges me, and I like a challenge. So I hope that answers your question, family. There's nothing wrong. If you choose to be a middle pather, that could be your nature. Right? If you choose to be a left-hand pather, that could be your nature. My nature is right hand. Down here on the third dimension, I had to choose a side. So I grew, family. That's really what I'm saying. Let's see here. Does that go deeper than the 9 seals? Yes, it does. This book even gives you a demon, if you into that, to work. That's a good demon. A demon that actually works. That's a good demon. It doesn't work on the left-hand path. That you can work with in Kunji. You can actually call it to help you, right? If that's what you're into. Very powerful book. Very powerful book. Um, what does it mean when you're seeing feathers, especially in front of your yard? Um, so you're seeing bird feathers. You keep seeing bird feathers everywhere. That could mean a lot of things, family. Feathers could mean that angelic spirits are trying to connect with you. It can also be a sign of a message from your ancestors, depending on what bird it is, what type of feather it is. All that stuff had a meaning in indigenous culture. So I'm not sure what type of bird feather it is that's in front of your house, but it's a positive thing. It's a good sign, family. All right, but it doesn't have a really deep meaning. It just means that it could be your animal spirit. All right. When I walk outside, it's cloudy and the sun comes out. What does that mean? That means that you could have a connection to the sun, right? You could be a child of the sun, family. The spiritual parents could be a solar being. Yes, the sun on the flash drive will be here tomorrow. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, family. Oh, you talking about? Okay, I think I know what you mean. I did see it on Amazon. Okay, let me see. I like don't all paths lead to the okay, you're gonna keep going. Okay, yes, family, all paths lead to one place. But sometimes some paths you may not have the heart to take certain paths, right? It depends. So what I'm saying is, as you grow, you will decide. You will pick a side. And if you look at masters that are above me, you don't really find people who teach middle path. You just don't. There's only one middle path teacher I knew of personally, and that person wasn't really spiritually powerful. But there are people who are, in the middle. They choose to do that. But the majority of people that you're going to see, they choose a side. You have to down here. Most neutral entities I know of are extraterrestrials, right? They're neutral. Have you seen an anime called Death Note? No, but I always wanted to watch it. Why do my eyes roll upward instead of downward during meditation? It is something your body naturally does. Just like when you close your eyes, you don't know your eyes are rolling up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a deep meaning behind that. It's just something that you naturally do, right? That your eyes naturally do. Everybody's eyes roll up. Somebody said Dr. Gibson got some of the best powerful spiritual tools out there. That's a fact, man. Right? I put y'all on. Y'all don't forget, Brother Yosef put y'all on to a real spiritual master out there. You know what I'm saying? The Divine Solar Magic. Who's the author? Dr. Gibson's the author. You can buy it on his website. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. So the middle path isn't real, brother. No, the middle path is real, family. And there's nothing. What I'm saying is, there's nothing wrong with being on the middle path. The middle path is real. And like I said, a lot of extraterrestrials are mostly neutral. But what I'm saying is, as you grow, you just may choose a side. Don't be surprised, because it happens, family. Right? It happens. Nothing wrong with being a middle pather if that's what you choose. But I just want you to know that I've chosen a side. Brother Joseph, I have been dreaming about the same UFO for the past month, so much that I can draw it on the bottom of what it looks like. What does that mean? That's your ship, family. If you're dreaming about the same UFO over and over, that is your ship. All right? That's yours. That's yours, family. That's why you keep seeing it. The same reason why I keep seeing the orange ship outside. All right? I gotta go, brother Joseph. I'm going to have to catch up on the replay. Peace and love. All right, Liz Flores. Peace and love to your family. Yes, yes. Peace, peace. You are meant to be light. Well, thank you. I'm trying to be. Yeah, long black and white feathers. Okay. What birds though? That can give you a deeper answer, family. Uh, can you tell us about Michael S. DeJounte? Michael S. DeJounte is Master Gibson. That's the name. That's one of the names he writes under. He writes under that name. And DeJounte is another. From what he talks about, DeJounte is Toph's real name. If we were created by the Most High, which implies we all return to the some point, why don't some extraterrestrials have that same ability? Because some extraterrestrials don't have a soul, which is why a lot of them are neutral. They're just trying to survive. So yes, some extraterrestrials don't have a soul. They're created as clones, a lot of them, and they just end up multiplying, having their own race. A lot of them are angry about what's happening in the universe. Some of them get bullied, believe it or not. That's right. Some extraterrestrial groups get bullied by other extraterrestrial groups, and they just get mad and take it out on whoever. There's thousands and thousands of extraterrestrial entities out there, some we never heard of before. Is the peacock god Sophia? It can be looked at. It can be looked at as Sophia. Do you know any good books on levitation, psychic abilities? Nope. No, there's no good books to be. In all seriousness, there's no real books on levitation, family. When you get to levitation, that's something that you have to. That's outside of books. But the psychic abilities book I just showed earlier, if you rewind it, I showed you a really good psychic ability book. It was a blue book I showed on here. That really helped me, family. So y'all need to remember everything ain't in the book. When you get to the real superpower, high level stuff, it ain't in the book, family. That's why you either got to find a teacher or you got to be initiated in some type of school or something. Are there beings without souls living among us? Yes. Some look just like humans too. As I continue learning from you, thanks a million for introducing me to Dr. Gibson. You are very welcome, family. You are very welcome. I don't always talk about him on YouTube because I don't want to bring people with the wrong mindset to Dr. Gibson. I don't want to bring that into his energy. You'll have people over there trying to challenge him, telling him his information. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be on like a Dr. Brother Rich show or something like that, or on my YouTube channel talking about Dr. Gibson, because I don't want to I got a lot of negative people on my YouTube channel. Some people watch me, some people disrespect me, some people are negative, and I don't want people bothering Dr. Gibson. So I bring it on here for people who would appreciate it. Right. That's why when you guys ask me questions about Dr. Gibson on YouTube, I skip past it. I don't say nothing. I don't want to bring the wrong energy to him. I went to the sun vortex, and let me see here. And I saw a rock, jagged rock. It was, looked back and saw but didn't see a path. Nubaru? I don't think that was Nubaru, family. I don't think that was Nubaru. I'm not sure what that was. Could have been going into the fifth dimension. I would have had to see what you went through just to really explain that. What's wild is I've been having a few dreams of me at a school in the astral realm, and Tahuti was one of them teaching me nothing. Let me tell y'all something, man. I see a lot of y'all at night. Y'all just don't know it. And I see y'all specifically in schools. Dr. Gibson talked about that if you're spiritual, then you go to a school called a dream college. And that is 100% the truth. And a lot of you guys don't have the energy yet to remember. I just started teaching 2 years ago in dream college. But before that, I was a student like everybody else for many years. Sometimes you go to dream college for many lifetimes. All right, for many lifetimes. All right, until you become a teacher or until you wake up. So yes, I see a lot of you guys in classes, in schools, all the time. Just 2 nights ago, I was looking through a window and I seen some of the faces on here look familiar. Sitting in school, sitting in class. You just don't remember, family. Do you have any good information on Abatala? Yeah. And you need to get that Yoruba book I just talked about. But yeah, Obatala is a very powerful god. He's a god of light. He's one of the gods of light. He's a very powerful deity. He's a creative god, creation god. But a lot of things about Obatala you can, find out on your own, family. That's very, very he's a very easy to entity to study. Very, very easy to find information on Obatala as well. Dr. Teresa M. Kelly has a good book on psychic abilities called Quantum Physics. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Yes, you're in school. Everybody on here is in school. What's your opinion on dowsing rods? I think they're cool. I think they're cool, family. I came across those a few times. SB, we'll talk about that. I've had dreams of different levels in the astral and more spiritual people dressed in elegant robes. Yeah, the robe thing is a very, I'm gonna tell you, we dress like savages here. That's something. That's a very good point, J Moon. Something about the spirit world where people dress in robes, and they dress like they're from the 1500s or something like that. I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, we dress like savages. What we think is cool, I rarely see entities dressed in pants and t-shirts or jackets. They always got some type of robe on, or if it's cold, they have a thick robe with a hood or something like that. Robes are a big thing in the spirit world. I don't know why. I gotta ask that question. Robes are a big thing up there. Everybody dressed in robes in the higher communities, or they're just a light being. They don't have clothes at all. They're just made of light. I'm talking about in the upper echelons of higher realms. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on Moors coming together to create their own consulate? I know they already have Moors coming together to do that. I think if the Moors want to get together and do that, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. I think more people should come together, even whether you're a Moor or not, and create your own nation or come together. And people need to be prepared for the long run, right? If you into something, be in it all the way. Be in it, family. And support as much as you can. It's not always about money. Sometimes it's about, hey, chief, what can I do? What can I do to help? You know what I'm saying? If y'all in the TP ministry, send me some land pictures. You know what I'm saying? Send me some land. So yes, JT, I think that's a good idea. And I hope it gets done, Why do some of these beings stalk humans? A lot of reasons. I talked about that earlier about how some of them feel bullied, so they bully humans because they're weaker. A lot of the beings don't have a soul. I'm not sure what beings you're talking about, but it's a lot of reasons why beings stalk humans. Food, they use them for food sources. I talked about a underground group of extraterrestrials that actually mate with humans, use them as sex slaves, and put children in adoption. It's a lot of reasons why they do it, family. Ruben said, "On right hand path as well." Okay. The spiritual teachers were the most rewarding, helping the humanity. Mystics were second to them. Okay, all in robes. Okay, people we wink at, why they don't know they're winking because ask them when. People will wink at me, but they won't know they're winking at me because I asked them who went in the comment. I'm not sure how to answer that question, family. What does it mean to see dragons during meditation? It means that you could be one. It means that you could be looking at your dragon, family. We are all have a dragon consciousness. I recall attending a spiritual school located in the pocket dimension between between asteroid belts and Jupiter. It could be. In the universe, there's many schools. Who are the Nephilim, in your opinion? They are fallen angels. There's different types of Nephilim. Some of them are the Anunnaki, or what you call Elohim. A friend of mine had an extra pinky on the hand and removed that birth. So did their mother. Yes, so that's definitely a Nephilim gene. If you have an extra, the Nephilim originally had some of the Nephilim. Let me say that the different types of Nephilim. Some of the Nephilim had 6 fingers, and the Native Americans always talked about how there were 6-fingered giants that ran around Earth that they had to fight. They literally had to fight, and they said these giants are so big they can just pick a buffalo up and just snack on a buffalo like it was nothing. We all have Nephilim genes in us. Some are stronger than others. My cousin, who's like a sister to me, my mom raised her. She actually was born with a pinky, 2 pinkies, and they had to cut her pinky off. She had a 6 finger. So that's Nephilim genes. All right. When Bruce Lee talked about "be like the water" speech, in the art of practice metaphor, what was he was emphasizing? Being like water can mean a lot of things. It means to be more spiritual, but it also means that to adapt to your surroundings. Be like water. Water adapts to everything around it. Bro, Yosef, what can I do to support my sick aunt in the hospital? I would pray the Anabacoic over her family. Get her picture and play the Anabacoic. Play it in the background while you're holding her picture. Play it in front of the speaker. You know, if she lets you play the sound in her room, the Anabacoic, play it in her room. That's what I would do, family. That could really help her. I agree. Court is a game, and they like to use fear to play with assumptions and assumptions. Absolutely. That's why you got to have your own court. You got to know who you are. You know, you got to know how to stand in your square, family. And I'm not sure what level you're at legally, or lawfully, but yeah, you got to really stand on who you are. You got to know how to play this game. It's a game. You know. I only see black when I meditate. What does that mean? That means you need to open your third eye a little bit more, family. If Egypt was originally somewhere else, then who are the Africans and how do they exactly fit in the picture? So there's different types of what we call black people on the planet. It's just a fact. I'm not saying Egypt was somewhere else. I'm saying that in the book they said that Egypt was somewhere else. And there's literally physical monuments in the Grand Canyon. There's evidence of they found pharaohs in the Grand Canyon. So the Egyptians was over here somehow. They also found pyramids inside the Grand Canyon, right? So we know that, and I'm not talking about the flat ones like in South America. I'm talking about the actual pyramids like in Egypt. So I'm not saying Egypt was over here, but I'm saying that it's a lot of evidence to point that the Egyptians were over here as well. Everybody coming to Africa, that's just a fact. But a lot of them migrated into different parts of the world, and they became known as those people there. Okay, so that's what that is, family. So everybody, to a degree, everybody's African. Even if you're American Indian, you migrated from Africa. If you're American Indian, but because you were the first people in that area, you have the right to call yourself what you want to call yourself over there. Hey, do you know where my dream few? You were my dream a few nights ago. I don't remember everything that was on it. Went on. Okay. Why is it the third eye opens when you're starting eating less? Because your body's not using a lot of energy, family. It takes a lot of energy to digest food. When you're not digesting food, that allows your third eye to work a lot better when you sleep. I just got a black kyanite in the mail today. Great too. Absolutely. Shout out to you, family. I watched a video by night of God where through a concept. God is everywhere, family. God is everywhere. Okay, family, I got to get ready and get out of here. It's always a pleasure. Is it true that the God Hathor greets those who enter the underworld? Hathor? Usually it's Anubis that greets people in the underworld. Will it matter if this really is destroyed? You gotta understand, family. JT. You gotta understand where law came from. Law is cosmic first. We have a lower version of law. So law in a legal system will never be destroyed. It will change because there always has to be law and order on the planet. All right. Yes, thank y'all for being on here. If Anubis is your spiritual father, you're very lucky. That's a very powerful spiritual father to have. He's one of the guys that will actually come to you in your dreams more than any other deity. So if he's your spiritual father, ask him to come see you in your dreams. All right. I see you, SB. Yeah. So I appreciate everybody for being on here. I gotta go get with the family. Dinner time. So I appreciate you guys for being on here. For even wanting to know this information. I hope you guys buy some of the books we talked about tonight. Hope you guys enjoy the books. And Brother Yosef will check you guys out. So this is the first live stream that I did on Patreon from my new channel. Right? And we almost at 1,000 subscribers already. So I feel like once I put it on YouTube, the other channel, and let more people know what's happening, a lot of you guys will, a lot of them will come over here as well. All right. We're going to do it all over again if we have to on New Life Tools Forever. I may change the name to New Life Tools Ministries because doing some legal research, I found out that, you have freedom of speech, but you also have freedom of religion. So having a freedom of religion, if I call this metaphysics my religion, right, it gives me a little bit more power legally so they can't shut me down, right? Because I know it's a brother out there named Pastor Dowell. I watch his channel sometime. He has like a whole farm and community. He has a beautiful community. He has, cows and sheep, and they got their own houses on the land. It's beautiful. His idea of what he has is what I want for TP Ministries and the Wateri Nation. But he be going in on the government. He got a Patreon channel too, because they do take down some of his videos, but they don't be giving him strikes like that. He talks. He got like 200,000 subscribers, a little over 200,000 subscribers, almost 300,000. He be going in on the government and the United States of America and different government, and they don't never put this brother's channel down. And that's because I believe he put up literally, he's a pastor and he practices his religious rights. So I may change the channel name to New Life Tools Ministries. All right, just to be safe. Even though I love the name New Life Tools Forever. So yes, I love you guys. We will do this again very soon. And I got another video coming up for you guys probably tomorrow. I like to talk to you guys about different information. I'm going to be doing a Phoenix video on YouTube very soon. They've been asking me for that for years. I'm going to knock that video out. And we're going to keep it moving, fam. All right? It's Brother Yosef. And I will holler at you guys in the next video. And peace to everybody coming in later. Peace and love. Peace, peace.